Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video we are watching Nosferatu the Vampyre. Now, I have seen and reviewed the regular Nosferatu film, so I'm not really sure what the difference is on this one, except for year, of course. So I'm interested. I'm a little like, so many films on this list that I'm a little like overwhelmed by all the common ones, as much as the vampire films, but all the vampire films, all the Frankensteins. Not to say that they're not worth watching, but it's just a little while, after a little while, you're like, okay, I need something else, give me something else. So I'm hoping that this one will be a unique take, and definitely worth the time, but I will be back to let you know.
The knife is old and could be dirty. It could give you blood poisoning. Please, let me do it. It's the oldest remedy in the world.
Oh, forget it. It's hardly worth mentioning. Just a little cut.
You know, it's only for the best.
Okay, so just finished with watching Nosferatu the Vampyre, and I mean, trying to think of how I want to talk about this film, because it really just does follow the same storyline as the other Nosferatu film and the Dracula films in general. You have Jonathan, who goes to meet the Count and help him purchase some land in England near Jonathan's house. The Count falls in love with Jonathan's wife and, basically becomes obsessed with her. This film does do some things quite a bit different. It definitely follows Jonathan and in this case Lucy instead of Mia. Mia's still in the film, but she's kind of Lucy's right hand woman, instead of like the other way around, which is how I've generally seen it, is that Maya is Jonathan's fiance and or wife, and Lucy is usually like her best friend or, right hand woman. But in this case, it's the other way around. And this one follows their relationship quite closely. They are really more of the center of this film than the Count is, which I was kind of okay with. The way that they did the Count, this one is obviously not a silent film. We're kind of past those, whereas the original Nosferatu is a silent film, and I kind of like that better for the Count character in general. They tried to make him look very much similar to the original, and he was quite creepy looking, but it was just, I didn't vibe with it, and I kind of feel like that whole look worked better for a silent film, as him being kind of a silent character. Not that the actor did a bad job by any means, I just wasn't really feeling it, and just kind of preferred it the other way. And at times it was just more, I guess, comedic than terrifying. But I did like the fact that Jonathan and Lucy are a big focus point in this film. You also have Lucy, who ends up becoming basically like the heroine of the film. You do have Jonathan, who, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this, because that's another big change that they made in this film, is that at the end they reveal that he has been already completely turned into a vampire. Van Helsing who is just like a regular doctor who doesn't believe Lucy at first, he ends up killing the Count after she basically like draws him in and keeps him distracted enough till sunrise, and that like temporarily kind of stuns him, and then Van Helsing, but unfortunately she dies and Van Helsing has to finish the job, and then it's revealed that Jonathan is in fact the new Count, new vampire, and he rides off, I guess technically into the night, but so yeah, there's like quite a few changes that they made in this, and I didn't necessarily mind them. I will say the film's almost 2 hours long, not quite 2 hours long, and it just does kind of drag it through points. I feel like, and I mean, especially given the fact that, again, I've seen the original, I've seen different takes on this film already, so when you're watching same story for just the millionth time, it feels like sometimes it's not really an exaggeration, but you guys get what I mean. Like, you're just kind of like, okay, like, I already know all this stuff. So I think that impacted it a little bit, but there were certain just kind of little clips and parts that I felt like could have been taken out, that there was just, I don't know, a little too long at certain parts. Just unnecessary moments, I guess. They're not like super long scenes by any means. They're just like moments of like the town or like a carriage going by, stuff like that. It's just unnecessarily long add-ins. But I did still enjoy it. I watched it on Amazon Prime. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, then yeah, I would say check it out if it's something that you have wanted to see, or just seems like it might be interesting to see another take on this film. If you did enjoy this, please do give a big old thumbs up. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button for more horror related content, and I will see you guys again tomorrow with another video. Bye!